Okay, I have a quick question. How many of you wear sunscreen whether it's sunny or really cloudy outside? Just 2 people? Okay, well, I hope that you guys think about this twice now, the people that don't wear sunscreen, whether it's sunny or cloudy outside, because you guys do not know as much of the harm that you guys are doing to your skin. As time goes by, it will keep on increasing. And I wanted to inform you today about the 2 types of UV radiation that harms your skin, 3 different types of skin cancer of these radiation, and how sunscreen works, and why this is really important for you guys to go ahead and use it every day. Every year, of course, during the summer, I look up to it. Everybody usually does. Who doesn't want to go to the beach, have fun with your friends, and what girls love to do most, besides staring at guys, tanning. Well, I always loved tanning until this last summer. I was thinking, oh, thank God I don't sunburn so easily, because usually some of my friends just turn tomato red half of the time. So I was thinking, why is it that a few summers ago it was so cloudy outside and I was with my family at the beach, and they told me, wear sunscreen, aren't you wearing sunscreen? I thought, are they ridiculous? It's cloudy outside, what's going to happen? Well, I'm going to inform you that there are 2 types of UV radiation that no matter what the weather is, it basically still goes through the ozone layer. And the sun has UVA and UVB radiation. And they have been linked to skin cancer and weakening of the immune system. According to the American Academy of Dermatology, UVA rays, which pass through window glass, penetrate deeper into the dermis, the thickest layer of the skin. UVA rays can cause suppression of the immune system, which interferes with the immune system's ability to protect you against development or spread of cancer. UVA exposure, also known as, lead to signs of premature aging of the skin, such as wrinkling and age spots. Now, supporting material 2 that I have is that the UV rays are sunburned rays, which are primarily cause of sunburn. So there's 2 types. One goes easier, lower to your skin, which you really don't get sunburn for it, and the other one is a common one. When you go to the beach, you get a sunburn. Now, I've seen this before because my little brother is 10 years old, and he loves playing in the sun. He loves it. He's tan like no other during the summer, and now my mom makes him wear sunscreen every day no matter what because he has sunspots. Now that you're familiar with the 2 UV radiations, how many by show of hands know that there's 3 types of skin cancer that you guys can get from the sun? It's not just one. Okay, well, I never thought there were 3, same as many of you. I just thought, well, skin cancer is just skin cancer. But there are actually 3 types. All are different, but related to the UV radiation by the sun. 2 of these cancers are slow-growing and highly treatable, but the most serious one is melanoma, and that one is more risky. The squamous cell carcinomas arise on the top of the layers of epidermis, which affect the flat squamous cell. The base cell carcinoma arises in the base cells, which are the cells beneath the squamous cells, and melanomas affect the melanocytes, which from the lower part of the epidermis and the outer layers of the skin. So cancer.org. Now, the most serious cancer is melanoma, a dark pigment, benjamin, or a melanin tumor that arises from the melanocyte that occurs most commonly in the skin. Malignant melanoma metastasizes quickly as it associates with sun exposure. Now, all this is explained in cancer.org, and I'm pretty sure all of you guys have heard of the cancer of melanoma, but not of the other 2. Finally, I'm going to explain to you guys why your parents always tell you, wear sunscreen before you leave. Don't go to the beach before wearing sunscreen. Now, it wasn't later until I found out about the UV rays, of course, but now that I'm finding out things, I'm sure that all of you guys know, always see the label SPF on the sunscreen bottle. It is safer to buy 15 than 30 because 15 usually protects you more. It's kind of like my mom told me. Make sure that you SPF is 15. This basically reflects the sun off of your skin, and instead of just hurting your skin, it just absorbs it in not a dangerous way. Sun protection is the principal means of preventing premature aging and skin cancer. It's never too late to protect yourself from the sun and minimize your future risk of skin cancer. Don't reserve the use of sunscreen only for sunny days. Even a cloudy day, up to 80% of sun's ultraviolet rays can pass through the clouds. In addition, sand reflects 25% of sun rays, and snow reflects 80% of sun rays. The Academy of Dermatology explains this. I'm pretty sure many of you guys did not know that even the snow reflects many of these sun rays. So even during the winter, I suggest it'd be safer if you guys do use sunscreen. 1 ounce enough is a full shot of glass is considered the amount needed to cover the exposed area of the body properly. Don't forget the lips get sunburned too. Apply lip balm and contain sunscreen with an SPF of 30 or higher. The Academy of Dermatology also informs you of this. So if you guys want to know exactly how much to apply, before when to apply, you guys can definitely look this up at the Academy of Dermatology and be more informed of this. In conclusion, I am familiarized with the 2 different types of UV radiation, what 3 types of cancer formed because of the UV and UVB radiation, and finally the use of sunscreen. Hopefully the next time you guys go outside before you start your day, you guys go ahead and remember, hey, let me put on my sunscreen, because it's not that hard. Just a little rub here, a little rub there. You're just helping yourself in the future and go ahead and getting sun cancer. So I'm sure pretty much none of you guys really want that. Thank you.
My bibliography kept on freezing on my computer.
Okay. Email it. All right, who was doing this? Oh, Giselle, what did you think?
I think she had a good intro. It really did get me thinking about protecting my skin. She had good eye contact. I feel like she read really only a little bit. She had good signposting. Only her 2 citations, so I thought she could probably cited more information. And I got really minimal information about the cancers, so I thought she probably could have had more content in that section of the speech, but overall she did persuade me to think more about sunscreen and protecting my skin, so she did a good job.
Okay. The opening question that you use for your attention device is phrased a little bit awkwardly. I think it's difficult for people to answer. I'm not sure that the response that you got was because people were uncertain about the question you were asking about, but about what the answer would mean one way or the other. It's one of those, are they living or dead? And you answer yes. Well, that covers both of those kinds of categories. It's a little awkwardly phrased. Your topic is generally clear, and I think the topic's fine. You set up a structure, that's okay, and you follow the structure pretty well. I do think that some of the opening material on information about cancer is not as clearly explained as it could be. You need to work on the pronunciation of the different kinds of cancers. I think everybody's got the melanoma, but you're going to have a hard time figuring out what the other 2 are because you kind of squirm through them and don't really say what they are and talk about how typical or frequent they are in comparison. So there's no way to assess that. A story about your brother and the risk that's going on there, and I like your personal experiences being included. That makes it a lot more interesting and relevant to people than if you're just talking about it dispassionately. I did think that some of the advice that you gave was a little confusing. At one point you were talking about be sure and get SPF 15, and later on you've got information that says, oh, you got to get 30 or higher. So we've got a conflict in your own information on this, and I think that that undermines your credibility and hurts your presentation a little bit, makes it a little bit less effective. All right.